Aquarius, welcome to Illuminated Tarot. My name is Jenna. Today I'm here to do your mid-July reading. We're going to take a look at your overall general energy, what you may not see coming, and get some important advice from Spirit. Thank you, Spirit, for presiding over this reading for Aquarius today. And thank you for sharing this time with me, y'all. Welcome back. If you're new here, welcome. I'm going to do a oracle message to start, then we're going to go into your tarot and end with another oracle message. This first deck is going to assist you for the rest of the month with some self-care tips. Self-care tips as we go through these changing times. All right. I'm going to take the top two. All right. These are very thick. All right. So make sure they weren't stuck together here. First one is, we have to look upon the environment with optimism. The pessimism is within us. Boy, that could not be more applicable than this past week. Stidhar Maharaja. Think of an issue in your life you've felt negatively about recently and apply this lens. It's a great thing to say to yourself, to flip the script, right? My challenges are my greatest teachers. I use them to learn about myself and to live more consciously and authentically. I like that. It's a really good tip. Shift from pessimism to optimism. It really is a matter of our own perspective, and it is a choice. Self-love is an ocean, and your heart is a vessel. Make it full, and any excess will spill over into the lives of the people you hold dear. But you must come first. Bo Taplin. I like that. If your self-love is full as an ocean, and your heart is a vessel, any excess will... That is a beautiful quote. Wow. Recite these words in your heart. I am worthy of all the good things in my life. And so it is. That you are. Wow. Great cards for self-tips. Here, self-care tips. And we're hitting the pre-shadow. So this is when you get to see your fellow YouTubers be a little tongue-tied, mess up their words. Good old Mercury retrograde. See? It's already happening. Let's get started with your tarot messages. Ooh, you are going through some of you. Death and the Nine of Wands. I need to stay positive, stay determined as you go through a really big transformation or something coming to a close in your life. It could be a belief system. That's big for the whole collective this week. I recently on Sunday, I decided to go off script of my normal content, and I created something that could be of assistance to people who are on the path of awakening, who are really into personal development and personal transformation. That is a playlist. It's not separate off-site content. It's nothing about it is monetized other than, what you see here, just posting videos. And I'm doing it to really help the collective instead of just the individual zodiacs. This is for everyone. And we're doing a book club that is, the first pick has just really gotten me excited about the bridge between science and spirituality. So check that out. It's in my playlist. The first video is weekly soul sessions for an illuminated journey moving forward, so we can all stay tapped in and also to create community. All right. And thank you in advance for checking that out. It's a passion project of mine. All right, what are the current energies, Aquarius? What are the current energies for you all tuning in? Yeah, I'm not surprised to see the Seven of Swords pop out after seeing the Death and the Nine of Wands. You could be feeling very guarded at this time for whatever reason. Some fears have come up. You might be questioning someone's motives. Yeah, and then we have the Five of Wands. So, and this could, because we're this central core message I'm pulling back to more of like an eagle's perch perspective. So if you were looking at your life circumstances as if you were reviewing them and you didn't even know this person, you were occupying this body, a shift in perspective. This is about, I mean, I am seeing this play out on a global scale. You know, people playing tug of war, playing the blame game. I'm right, you're wrong. And it's coming from a lack of trust that, in fact, I wish I had written her name down, but I woke up and I read this comment on one of my videos, and she likens the collective consciousness as, or all of us as, a humanity. And I hope I'm not, if she's watching, thank you for this. It really, really was perfect. But if we're all the ocean, then each one of us is but a wave. So why would you, the ocean doesn't judge the waves like, oh, that was a really crappy wave. Like maybe surfers do, but the ocean doesn't sit there and judge each wave. So I'm not saying this is what you're doing, but you may be influenced by people around you doing this. And, you know, we owe it to ourselves to stay in a very high, optimistic vibration despite outer circumstances. I'll say that as well. All right. The challenge, Three of Swords. Ooh, Aquarius, you're going through a tough time. I mean, these are not easy cards to be dealing with. They're not easy frequencies. You could be in what you find to be a very challenging situation, and it hurts. Right? You're moving through the hurt of maybe some sort of struggle going on between you. It's like you against the world. So we're going to see if we can soften that a little bit. All right. Recent past. Ace of Swords. Maybe you start to see a situation for what it is. Clarity was given. This is also divine protection. You may, you know, on a global scale, you know, beyond our selves and our lives, right? When we look into the outer external experience of the collective, you're bringing in a lot of clarity, a lot of that visionary thinking. I mean, you are an Aquarius, so this is the card and the sword of truth. So you are carrying some sort of truth inside of you that is informing you that I'm getting that. I just heard this too shall pass. Like you recognize that it's a, you know, even our emotions are waves, but it doesn't mean we don't get caught up in them sometimes. But you kind of have that dual perspective I'm getting. You have, you know, the me that's experiencing this and the me that's outside of it saying, you know what, I just got to let it go, let it resolve itself. It won't last forever, which is a great mentality, Queen of Swords. You're doing the proper work. I feel like you're kind of bubble wrapping your heart right now so you can go through some necessary healing. The Queen of Swords is that figure in the tarot who is very wise, knows how to be quite strategic and cunning, knows how to... The only thing is you might be feeling a little disconnected from your heart at this time because you are moving through some pain where you're not maybe feeling as open as you normally are. You are carrying clarity and truth with you. And now you may have found that, and now you're bringing that forward the rest of the month, actualizing what you started to embody. Yeah, Four Cups. Something has really... It's almost like the rug was swept out from underneath your feet in a situation, because this is the card of disappointment. It's also an often different decks. It's a figure against a tree imagining and daydreaming about what lies beyond the disappointment. So keep your focus on what lies beyond what you've been experiencing lately, because it will get better. It always does. All right. What's the overall general energy? The Hierophant. Right. This is a very spiritual figure in the deck. Usually this symbolizes either a high level commitment or a spiritual lesson. Page of Cups at the bottom of the deck, what you don't see coming. And the Ten of Pentacles. Yes. Light at the end of the tunnel. There is a brand new energy frequency that you're going to be stepping into where you're going to turn the page. I'm getting that. You're going to turn the page. A chapter I feel like is coming to a close that has been written, and these are the leftover feelings. and the lessons and it's like you're getting acclimated to a new way of operating, a new way of being. What feels it feels like some sort of loss to me. And I have this, it's a very palpable feeling of grief and loss and sadness that has been brought on by some sort of struggle that led to you not trusting a situation or a person or a thing, something that you held dear, because there's pain now. And the challenge is moving through the pain. All right. Let's look at this Hierophant. What does the Hierophant have to tell you for the second half of July? What is the Hierophant trying to tell you? Yeah. The Wounded Warrior. You know, he's sticking that wand in the ground with determination. He's like, I'm not going to let this, what doesn't kill you makes you stronger mentality. Perseverance. Endurance. Surrender. The High Priestess. Your intuition kicked in. Now we have the Hierophant and the High Priestess. This is you donning on the cloak of your divinity and recognizing that life can be a painful journey sometimes, but I feel like you have both perspectives and you're wavering between the two. Some days you're in it and it's like the goldfish, right? It's all the goldfish knows is its surroundings. And then other days you're completely out of the bowl. And you see both perspectives of being caught up in it and over-identification with the story, and then outside of it and just making peace with what happened. Yeah, Two of Swords. It's oftentimes, when we're given like a choice one way or the other, it's often the middle path that we choose. And I'm getting that from you, that you decided, the lesson here is it's really not to go backward or forward necessarily. It's to sit still. And I'm getting that from you strongly because you're trying to get back into homeostasis inside through some painful lessons that maybe were more than one lesson. The 9 is symbolic of, this wasn't just one hurt. I don't know if this was from a particular person or a situation, but it was hurtful nonetheless. I think too, a lot of us are facing our own wounds that we carry and our own traumas. And we're not getting lost in the narrative of that over-identification with the ego. There's a separation now going on in the collective because a lot of us have been doing enough work where we understand that we recognize the difference between the ego speaking and the higher self speaking. And I see that you're representing that in the collective right now, saying, we must let our spiritual convictions, our spiritual doctrines speak loudly, more clearly than our egos. Which really, our egos are a ball of all of our stored trauma. And the desire to break free from that is, I feel like that's what you're doing. You're really looking at the ways that you've had to deal with hardship, and you're rising above it, and you're choosing to surrender in that middle path. That's beautiful. That's beautiful, Aquarius. All right, I'm going into the recent past. I want to see, something ended. You may have even had a family member, pet, something or someone, an animal or person who's very close to you leave this earth plane. Because I'm seeing I'm seeing the Ace of Swords, and I'm getting so clearly that this was, a divinely protected contract. And for some of you, you might be moving through the grief. Some of you, you're moving through a very intense transformation, pulling away from whatever doesn't serve you. I mean, that's been the collective message, is really making the choice to only stay in alignment with the things that serve you and are in alignment with you from now on. And you only get to that place when you're so connected to your own authentic self, which comes down to communing with that part of you. And you're showing me that you know who you are, Aquarius. And there's a big, like, you're breaking free of a lot of the experiences that have shaped you, but you're no longer going to be a victim. I do believe, though, that, and with loss, we reckon with our lives and we see the totality of our experience. I walk in a cemetery every day, y'all, near my home, and I often think about the lives people have lived, and it just gives me pause. And I think that's why I do it, because not only am I going around and I'm honoring these people, I look at their gravestones and I kind of connect with them, and I hold a reverence for life. And I think you're showing me that when I say these stories, it's because I'm like, oh, I know this feeling because I experience this, when I walk. And, with the moon here, we have the moon, the Page of Cups, and the Death card over the Ace of Swords in your past. So this is signaling to me that you've gone deep. You've gone as deep as one can possibly go when it comes to loss, when it comes to transformation. And yet you still have the energy and the fortitude and the stamina to keep going. You just keep going, right? Speaking of the goldfish, Dory, you just keep going, little Nemo. I feel like you're starting to trust yourself more because you're no longer pushing against your ego. You're welcoming in your divine truth, in your divine masculine and feminine. I mean, the High Priestess and the Hierophant. I mean, Aquarius, you're holding such a beautiful spiritual vibration in your core. It's like you're alchemizing from your ego self to your soul self at this time. The Aquarius Collective, because I am starting to read more for the collective as well, at least for the monthly and mid-monthly. So for those of you who really identify as a strong Aquarian, you've really been tested repeatedly in this life, and you have had a lot of lessons. But it's given you this vision, right? This vision that your emotional body really it's rising in its power because of this transformation. All right, let's see the Queen of Swords. What is she saying here? Judgment, the Wheel of Fortune, and the Ace of Wands. Wow. This is a pairing that's been happening a lot for everyone in this reading. There's something, I think, because we're at that crux of the mid-year point, and there's a lot that's been happening astrologically. And also with the light of the cosmos, where we are stationed in our solar system right now, with light more light coming in. There's a period of spiritual renewal going on, almost like a renaissance. And I think you're leading the way through. The Aquarian Collective is the wisest souls of the zodiac. And I think you're kind of being tapped by spirit right now to go through this change, protect your energy, because some of you have gotten that green light to go inward and start pouring out of you your journey. I think that one of the most cathartic things to do, I don't know, I read it in a channel book years ago, and I've done this exercise myself in my 30s. If you haven't, I want anyone who watches this, I ask you, start writing down the stories of your life. Start with your birth and then go forward. It is extremely cathartic. You're going to do it, in my beliefs. I don't mean, this is my truth, all right? I do believe we do a life review when we pass. And why not start now and start to integrate everything that you've learned? I think it changed my life to write down my stories. So I don't know why I'm getting that, but because you've got the card of divine inspiration, and spirit is actually showing you, right? With the Wheel of Fortune, holding the totality of your whole lifetime. And you've got the Queen of Swords here, and she's the, I liken her, she's very Libran, right? So she's the one who can articulate so eloquently. So you have this gift of articulation, whether you're speaking, creating content, or you're writing. I feel like there's some sort of creative fire being born at this time that you need to like really take off with. And as far as the circumstances of this transformation around the trauma, there's a lot of change happening. And I really feel like a lot of you are feeling called to go into more of like a hermit type. I'm not seeing the hermit, maybe I will, but that hermit type solitary energy to create something. You're being divinely inspired. And a lot of it has to do with your journey because of what I'm seeing here. This is your lifetime, right? I mean, you're showing me it's not been easy. It's not been easy, Jenna. So there's something though that wants to come out of you, out, you know, not being held in, being shared, right? Share it with humanity. All right. 3 of Swords. What is this pain? What is this pain, Aquarius? Oh, wow. All right. This is definitely about some sort, some of you, this is about a partnership that is kind of instigating all of this transformation. I have the 10, this is the challenge. Now we have a matching pair, the Queen and King of Swords. Now this could be your divine masculine or divine feminine marrying, so you can actually create something from your wise mind and actually bring it out into the world that would create, I'm getting, yeah. Because you know what, I'm trying not to go into like a narrative around romance. You know, it's wherever you want to take it when it comes to tarot and the interpretation of the cards. And for me, it's the framework. So when I'm not doing the monthly and mid-monthly, it's the framework is different. It's a different lens, right? I'm looking at it from, you know, it's like if you like, and when you change the lens on a camera so you can see differently. So when I'm doing the other readings besides the monthly and mid-monthly, it's a real close-up, you know, zoom lens. This is a very, like, we're getting like the, what do you call it? The panoramic. This is the panorama. And the panorama is that you are being 100%. Are you listening? There are signs coming in, Aquarius. Signs. I do believe a lot of you are being called to create something that is part of your destiny. Spirit is speaking to you. And your task is to, maybe part of you are having like a spiritual reckoning where you're angry about something and you've distanced yourself from your, wow, this is hard to explain. Oftentimes when we're on the journey, we can get mad at the universe, all right? Or upset that, wait, I didn't ask for any of this. I didn't want any of this. I didn't, you know, this whole, I'm not happy with my journey mentality. And I get it. We've all been there. And Spirit is saying, set that aside. Set that aside. Let us speak to you. Let us carry you through whatever it is that's been hurting you. Because if you really pay attention to the signs and you really start to embody from the mental plane, because Aquarian, you have that. You have clarity. You have truth through this transformation. I'm getting a very strong message that Aquarian Nation needs to start writing, journaling, pouring out from your creative fire. Because it's going to something that you are creating right now, that you are communicating with Spirit about on a very profound level. We have the Wheel of Fortune in your opportunity with the Judgment and the 10 of Pentacles. All right. So whatever it is that you're being called to create at this time, do it. Do it. Just do it. Okay, Aquarius? You may feel brokenhearted that maybe it's too late. No, it's never too late. Never too late. You came here to create. You are a creator. Right? We forget that. We are spiritual bodies encased in skin. We are an intelligent divine design. We have a computer up here in our brain, and it is connected. We are source. And so the more we remember that, and the more we actually commune with that, The more we create abundance, security, stability, something around in the mental plane, connecting with the collective consciousness and with ideas and inspiration. A lot of you have ideas coming right at you that feel like divine inspiration around creativity that's going to lead to abundance. You're being tapped on the shoulder, Aquarius. Use that imagination of yours, which is so rich. Oh my gosh. So rich. You are the visionary. It is intrinsic. It is innate. It may be a little clouded. You got to clean the window pane and then let the energy come in. Knight of Swords, Six of Cups, Ten of Wands. We had the 9 to start out. And this goes without saying. You're going through a hard time in some sort of connection, all right? While all of this is going on. And it may be the vehicle for this transformation in truth. Whenever you go through strife in someone who's important to you, no matter what role they're playing, the main role is for you to grow and expand and to transform from an egoic perspective to a true self perspective. From I'm a victim to I am a hero of my own story. That you have control over, Aquarius. So Spirit wants you to not look at what has happened, what has transpired between you and this individual, or between you and your God, whoever that is, goes by thousands of names. My name is Source, Spirit, because it's a frequency, it's an energy. It's all that is. It's the ocean. You need to just, this is the card of I'm willing to charge forward. I may not have all the answers, but I'm going to keep going. I'm not going to give up. Don't give up. Some of you, this is a childhood dream. Whatever it is that you have put aside over the years. You're like, think back to when you were a kid. Think back to your deepest desires, your deepest dreams. This is the time. Don't let life pass you by saying I should have, I could have, I would have. This is the time now for a lot of you. For those of you who know there's something more that you came here to create, this is when you're going to really start getting that kick in the pants. And I think, it's hard. It is hard. And when it comes to this connection, it's been turbulent indeed, but I feel like if you came into this reading hoping to find out if things were going to work out, I see things improving and getting better. But it's almost, be careful of the stories you attach to a person, and mostly you attach to yourselves as a result of that interaction. All right, now we have this. I'm telling you, you've got the challenges, the Ten of Pentacles. And what you don't see coming is the Ten of Pentacles. But it's like you have to start small, right? Page of Wands is taking that divine inspiration that you have and the opportunity and making a plan. And you taking that Page of Cups. I'm telling you, there's something around. You may even have be revisiting a very youthful energy as you create this. I feel like there's something completely shifting in your reality, Aquarius, around what you're doing that is yours, your project, your hobby. There's something that you're doing that is going to help the collective. Don't give up on it. If you've been putting it to the side on the back burner of your life, you're going to feel that push the second half of July to get excited about it. We came here to create things. We did. And I think that you're like, okay, I'm going to do it. I'm just going to do it. Time's a wasting. I mean, even if it comes down to, I heard some of you want to remodel your house, but you want to learn how to do some of it. I mean, it doesn't have to be this great big thing that you hand out and monetize to the world. It could be something that is something that you want to learn. It's requiring a mental education here. Like you're using your mind to create it. That's why I think it's something that's highly creative for a lot of you. It is writing. All right, I want to get just whatever comes out for this, what you don't see coming. to clarify. But I'm getting like, just stay youthful, let that energy. Yeah, it's like there's a part of you you're not trusting. It's like, I don't have time for that. I'm not going to do that. No, it's not going to lead to anything. Fear is what you got to get rid of. It's like if you let fear speak loudly, you're always going to come up with excuses over I'm not gonna, I can't, it won't succeed. Why should I waste my time? And it's not like you're being pessimistic about it. You might be with the cards we saw in the beginning, but try not to put anything down. Don't put yourself down, Aquarius. That's not really who you are, right? Someone told you that maybe, but that's not you. We take in the words that people say growing up, and it's up to us to change that program. See, that's not my truth. I am good enough. I'm not going to let my fears stop me from going after something. Who knows? Maybe it will lead to a lot of abundance. And 10 of Pentacles is whatever you want it to be. It doesn't have to be money. It's abundance. It's the feeling of I'm aligned with my past, why I came here, what I'm meant to do, who am I meant to be. You're on your way. All right. But try to trust your path. That's the thing. Because of what you've been through, I feel like you're teeter-tottering, You have two distinct ways of operating, and there's a separation going on, and you can choose. Do you want to go back and play small and be an ego and you against the world mentality, or do you want to be in your true self and feel empowerment and self-mastery? I think you know what you're going to do. It's a choice, and we get to choose it every day of our lives. All right, let's get some advice from Spirit, and then we're going to pull an herbal astrology. But you got this. Keep going. Keep going. Keep creating. Keep dreaming. Keep imaginating. Imaginating. Is that a word? I'm gonna take it. Keep imaginating. All right. Yeah. We have, you're headed straight for, yes, you are. I knew it. I knew I was going to see the 5 of Cups because I felt this loss. Some of you have lost a loved one, and my heart goes out to you. You could have lost a parent. It's something is pretty pivotal. It's making you look at your whole life from childhood to adulthood to wherever you are now. And it's through loss, right? And through letting go and surrendering that we actually manifest desire to really live. We came here to live. Do you know how amazing it is to be alive? We forget that. We forget the simple things. We get caught up in our lives and our routines and our responsibilities and our duties, and we fail to recognize, oh my God, I get to get up in the morning. Isn't it so exciting? I get to be me. I get to have this experience. All right, let's get an herbal astrology pull to close this off. So you can all go about your creative endeavors. Thank you for tuning in today. What is the herbal astrology, Spirit? Ooh, that one definitely. Rose. Aries got this, so you might be dealing with an Aries, Aquarius, or have Aries placements. Pretty sure Aries got the rose. Love. It's all about the love at the end of the day. You know what? I didn't see a whole lot of like we have Page of Cups, 6 of Cups, 4 of Cups. But this is all also about self-love. 12. Union, bliss, unconditional love, merging with the other, oneness. That you're merging with the other, which is, it's like you're making peace with that part of you that you've now detached a bit from, and your perspective being the observer of your life and not being the one who experiences things. You're the one who watches the one experiencing things. It's a big difference. All right. The rose is sacred to Aphrodite. This is also about nourishment and purity. Oh, you know what? I apologize, y'all. I need to take a minute and clean my glasses. I can't see very well. I don't know what happened here. It's a little muggy in my home. Let's see. Roses represent all aspects of the goddess, the almighty creatrix. The The ability to love, nurture, experience joy, and see beauty in all things. It is time to allow for greater love in your life. Allow the dance of trust and intimacy to heal and open your heart. Like the rose, you are rising from harsh soil through the path of thorns and challenges as you grow and blossom in your spiritual journey. Look deep into your heart and see where you might need more love and affection. The white dove reminds us that through childlike trust, we can navigate the most challenging of pathways with an undertone of joy and presence. Remember, you understand how love is the doorway. And through this sacred embodiment, you are able to birth anything into manifestation. This is the entire energy I was feeling for you for the rest of the month. Let all creativity, all sexual and nurturing connection be attuned to the vibrational powers of unconditional love. Wow. Beautiful. Beautiful. Thank you, Aquarius.